three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah, we packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yep. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. Let me move this camera over some because I am not adjusted properly. There we go. All right. So the Miami Heat lost the game to the Orlando Magic 117-108 tonight in a game that was the NBA Cup quarterfinals, which means Miami had an opportunity to go to the next round of this NBA Cup thing, and they kind of fumbled it and shit it all over themselves in this game. Can y'all hear me? Okay, great. I do want to say though, before I get too deep into this, I want to say shout out to the people who joined us on the playback. This was the last night that we'll be doing playbacks. I don't know if people have heard, but playback is being shut down on Friday, and the Miami Heat don't have a game until I think like the 18th. So that was appreciate you. But yeah, shout out to playback. It was a fun experience. It was a good opportunity for us to connect. We might have something on the horizon though, in terms of like a different way for us to connect with people who enjoyed that forum. So y'all stay plugged in. We'll be announcing some things, maybe either on the next post game show or on Twitter about what we plan on doing. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people can kind of guess where this is headed. But the Miami dropped this game to Orlando, a game where I'm pretty sure people's confidence was through the roof at the beginning. They started the game on like a 15-0 run, and then they ended up, I think somebody told me it was 22-4. Before shit just kind of caved in. After the first quarter, Miami outscored Orlando 30-17 in the first quarter. After that, they were outscored in every other part of this game, every other facet. They got their teeth kicked in. Primarily, it was due to Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane was frying this shit. Like Desmond Bane had him a really good game tonight. And as opposed for Miami, where you saw both Tyler and Norm kind of struggle to get their shit off, bro. Like, I know a lot of people came into this, like, we were talking about it early. Oh, shit. A boy in the back. What's going on, Kane? How you doing today?
Man, I'm feeling victorious.
Hey, man. I appreciate that. I saw you got an opportunity to go meet, what was it, Josh Jackson?
Josh Johnson?
Josh Johnson. Yeah.
We did that. You know, we had to show up, take advantage of some VIP opportunities ahead of time, you know.
I'm pretty sure that was great. He's an hilarious comedian.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, but I was setting the scene for kind of like, it's not really like a conversation about this game, but a conversation about what this team is as a whole. Like,
yeah,
most of you guys were here. Everybody watching this post game show, y'all been here with us the entire season. Y'all saw how we were in the beginning of the season, like pre-Tyler Herro. You can call it whatever you want. Like before he came back, the way that the team played, the new up-tempo style, and how everybody was kind of getting on board with that. Yeah. It was entertaining. You know what I mean? But throughout none of that did we ever think that this team was actually championship caliber. Like this wasn't a contender by any stretch of the imagination. This was just a team that was enjoyable to watch for a little while. And I think a lot of people got deluded by kind of like the early season success. They thought that players had taken genuine steps forward. Players like Jaime Jaquez, players. Well, I know some people had high hopes for Jovic, who didn't even get in the fucking game tonight. But people had high hopes for players like Jaime Jaquez, and they had high hopes that Simone Fontecchio would continue to shoot well north of 50% from the three-point line. And they thought Norm Powell was going to average 25 points a game this year, and they thought things would only get better when Tyler came back, and it would solidify us as a legitimate team ready to compete. And I think over the course of they've lost now 4 straight. I think over the course of these last couple games, we've seen that may not be the case. This team is steadily headed towards the play-in again for another year, because I don't think they'll fall out of that. But I do think that there are things that they can build on. Like, I think they've built something that they can build on. But I think anybody who thought that this was a championship caliber team is getting brought back down to earth very quickly. King, I know you're about to come on here and lie to the folks a little bit. So go ahead and do your thing. Tell me just kind of like, what have these last 4 games kind of meant to you in terms of like what you're seeing versus what you saw early on?
Maturity. It's normal to have fun when you're young and there are no stakes and you don't have any, championship level responsibilities. But when a grown man walks into the room, everybody's got to stand up just a little bit straighter, because you got to meet that level of intensity. You're talking about an all-star, reigning a 6th man of the year. And very few players go from 6th man of the year to all-star. You know what I'm saying? And so for him, for Tyler Herro to come back and the players suddenly, they don't know how to pass the ball anymore. They keep giving this man grenades. You don't shoot 0 for 6 from deep unless you're being placed in a bad position to shoot 0 for 6 from deep. And I think it's very clear now that this team, the multiple players on this team, are very clearly jealous of Tyler Herro because they don't want him to shine. I know I've said this before, so I'll say this again. I have no problem saying it. Tyler Herro is going to take this team to the NBA Finals. You heard it here first. And yeah, okay. Ooh, they didn't win the East quarterfinal. Well, guess what? I need y'all to understand something. Big picture. Okay, Royal, you're talking about, there's going to be a playing team. Well, you know what happens to this team when they get into the play-in? They go to the finals.
They get historically swept in the first round by the number 1 seed.
Oh, they get swept.
That's what happened.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So here's what we go.
This team particularly.
We're not about to be negative or negative in your case, Royal. We're not gonna focus on that. You know why? Because there were a lot of circumstances involved in that led to that. And one of them it was clear that
Tyler Herro got
sandbag Tyler Herro and make him look bad the way they did in the first round last year. It's like, Tyler Herro's healthy. Let's make sure he doesn't look like the all-star that he was last season. So we know what happened then. But I'm telling you, big picture. Not only that, but guess what? Do you really want this Heat team to win the NBA Cup? No. What happens to teams that win the NBA Cup? They don't go anywhere in the playoffs. And this team has championship aspirations. We're not here for early season trophies. We're here for the Larry O'Brien in June. That's what we're here for. That's what Tyler Herro was brought to this franchise to save this franchise for. And that's what he's going to do. Look, I know it says, 7 for 17, 0 for 6, 6 for 7 from the line, 20 points. That doesn't surprise me. Keep in mind, he's shooting more than 50% from the field if he's put in a much better position to shoot threes that he unfortunately was forced to miss because of how bad the passes to him were. I'll hang up and listen.
It was something that you said in there. It was like, we heard it here first. It's also going to be the last time that we hear about Tyler Herro just leading a team to a championship here, because that shit's not happening. Him and Norm were fucking god awful tonight. I just also, we got my boy Stone and Jordan pulling up just to set the scene for what I was talking about before Ricky started doing whatever he calls that. I didn't so much want to talk about this game individually so much as I wanted to talk about kind of like early season, like the feeling, the emotions of the early season versus reality starting to set in about what this team actually is, and trying to properly contextualize what it is that Miami's doing, or what it is that Miami should be trying to achieve this season. So, Stone, I want you to talk something about that, kind of like the disposition between like the early season feeling and how some people thought that was like the new team and what it actually was versus what they're starting to see in these last couple games or so where they've dropped 4 straight.
Real well soft here. Yeah, it's not good, Royal. It's as terrible as it could have been imagined. It was very predictable. That's the thing that's kind of heartbreaking about it. I'm starting to not like Spo. It's the first time in my life. I've always been Spo supporter, but I mean, like, maybe this isn't him. Maybe this has something to do with front office too. But like, I'm not willing to go that far. Spo holds that expensive ass clipboard in his hand. I know he can make whatever changes he wants, and like, I don't even have to go into what the main problem obviously is. What I think is a huge problem is not playing Kel'el Ware. They got murdered on the glass tonight. I mean, like, you're just choosing to leave 10 to 12 rebounds on your bench when you don't play him. That's something that's got to change. It's got to change tomorrow. I don't get why they keep doing this cat and mouse game. Like, I promise you, Davion Mitchell doesn't need 37 minutes on an NBA basketball court. It's something I can assure you of. Drew Smith was a -9 in 8 minutes, which is pretty impressive. He only took 1 shot and made it 2. So that just tells you you can just look at it and see our defense, like, our bench unit's defense got absolutely cooked. That was a big story in the game. And honestly, what really upset me was their effort on the glass. Like, I think Kel'el Ware needs to be out there, and it's coaching malpractice when he's not out there.
Yeah, I see a lot of people like, this is fucking bad. I think we had another dono that I might have missed. Oh, I did, and I'm sorry about this. Mr. True Roca, your name used to be something else, and I need you to change it back because I've seen this picture many times. Appreciate you with the 199 dono, bro. He said, "Back to life, back to reality." Correct. This is the reality. Vibes with Ben. Appreciate you with the 199 dono. He said, "Laughing my ass off. The Thunder of the East, my ass. Miami mid." I agree. Miami is mid. Stone, I think you bring up something that's very important. Oftentimes, we do not levy enough criticism on Erik Spoelstra. And I think that's just because he's universally respected in this space as being a premier coach in this league, the best coach in the league in some of our opinions. But there is something to be said about him not being able to figure out a way to maximize a lineup that looked like it had so much kind of juice to it. You know what I mean? Like, early on, it felt like he had figured something out about a play style that would help them throughout the course of the season, and he's just deviated away from that in order to I don't want to make this about a Tyler thing, but I feel like Miami's invested so much into him as an individual player that there's like
and rightfully so.
Prejudice. It's like a prejudice.
They feel like they bought a puzzle, and like they're just trying to make the pieces fit. Like, they think that there's some sort of picture to be painted there, but there's not. These puzzle pieces just don't fit together. Like, it's not going to happen. I mean, tonight can show you that. They can't beat the Orlando Magic. Like, that's cool and all, but then it's like, I don't know. Davion Mitchell playing 37 American NBA minutes. I cannot imagine a finals team where that's happening.
So the thing about Davion Mitchell has, I think last game in particular, like, it showed how important like he's been to like the team as a whole. Like,
I agree, but I think that's like a problem
for his talent level. It's almost too dependent, and it brings us back to kind of like a cycle that we've been through several times over, where it was like we are miscasting guys routinely in roles that they should not be in. So Davion Mitchell as a 37-minute a night guard, like you said, very much so. Jordan, I like your name, and it seems to roll with the theme of what I'm doing with the show. Go ahead and get your shit off, bro. Like, What is it? Why is it? How is it? Just talk, brother.
I mean, this was entirely predictable, especially when the news of the surgery came out. Like everybody knew it, called it, said like we're gonna get off to what do you start like 15 and like 7 or something, or like 12 and
Hold on, give me just a second.
Yeah.
Well. Please speak so that I can know your race.
Big dog in the building.
All right. He can stay out there. Go ahead, Jordan.
Well, hold on. Did I just hear somebody try to get in
Little
black
dog.
folk business?
Come on now.
I heard a puppy.
It's okay. Little dogs can speak sometime too.
Huh.
Thank you. We got a medium. We got a mixed breed dog speaking right now. Go ahead, Jordan.
all right.
My bad.
No, it's cool.
You part pit bull, so you know what I'm saying.
I don't know. But yeah,
We
this
gotta work on
was
that. That was on some Candace Owens type, God is good type stuff right there.
this was
You almost meowed. I'm sorry.
this was entirely predictable. Oh,
SSJ Lanky, that's who it is. The 499 don't appreciate you. He said the problem is Tyler can't beat anyone off the dribble consistently. That's what the offense relies on. Drive,
You
kick
don't-
out, and
Pause.
can I answer that? Because you don't.
Sure.
You don't. The offense they're running, you don't have to like quote unquote beat people off the dribble. It's just quick decision making. Like the problem is Tyler's trying to beat people off the dribble instead of just getting the ball and moving. Like Bam and Norm went on Amazon and basically explained that like you get the ball and you either shoot it, you drive, or you pass it. Like there's no like 2-second thought like trying to size anybody up, nothing. You're supposed to just get it and go. And like the entire problem is Tyler trying to do that. But back to the point of the season, like I said, it was predictable. We all knew it was going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to hurt like the way it's been hurting. Like I knew I was going to lose her, but I didn't know it was going to feel like this when I lost her. You feel me?
Brother, actually, I feel that perfectly, brother. Because I think some people like want to believe that a nigga like me would want to do victory laps after being right for the 1 millionth time.
No one wants to watch trash basketball. Bro.
I don't want to watch basketball that doesn't entertain me. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of the season. I was entertained by the product, even if I knew what the ceiling was on that product.
Yeah.
I am no longer being entertained by what I'm watching, and it's more games in front of me than there are behind me.
Bro. And then the thing with the slow thing is I agree with y'all. Like there is and I said it like briefly at the end of the playback where it feels like with the Kel'el Ware thing and like in general, feels like Spo is too stubborn on this like the defense has to be perfect, like you have to make some concessions as a coach with the roster you got. If you have an undersized roster, I'm sorry, Spo, you cannot play 6'4" Jaime Jaquez at the fucking power forward spot. Like that does not work.
Those concessions come at a cost that I don't think Miami's willing to pay.
Yeah, I think that's their problem. Is like but this has always been a problem with them, where it's like things have to be on their terms. They won't adjust to anybody else or like the universe's terms of what they have in front of them, and that's been their biggest issue this entire time since before and after Jimmy came.
So it's also like the lineup that I would prefer anyway. Is the lineup that they tried it out and they got smoked playing it. But they used that one game to justify not going back to that lineup for the rest of the season, or saying like we tried it and it didn't work. But they're repeatedly trying to push this 3-guard lineup, and that shit is full of holes.
Which is weird because it didn't work. Like the first, I don't know if that's the first time, but like one of the most notable examples of that 3-guard lineup was in Phoenix, with Goran Dragic, like Isaiah Thomas and Eric Bledsoe, and that shit didn't work there. So I don't know what gave them the idea. And those are better players than the 3 guards you were trying to run it.
The problem for me is like you try and justify not liking the Bam Ware lineup because you talk about defense, and this lineup is worse defensively.
Yeah,
like
even the run at the end,
easy, brother. It is an easy solve for any playoff caliber offense. only thing that they do, and we've seen it repeatedly, and I'm sorry if there are any Tyler Dick eaters in here, but the only thing that they do is put him in actions in order to facilitate him being on the ball, and then they attack him. That's what they do. And there is no answer for that. He has to defend, and he cannot. Shelton, you've been up here for quite some time. We haven't heard from you. First of all, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm fine. I'm losing interest fast in this team. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Coming into the season, I was like, all right, I'm gonna tap in. Like, I got a little bit more free time. Let me hang out with the gang. Let me hang out with the squad. And they surprised me. You know, I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw. I was actually like watching some Miami Heat basketball for the first time consistently since like 2022. It feels like, because no, not that far. I was maybe like 23, but you get my point. Yeah. And then, you know, everything just like we predicted it. I could make a whiteboard and write it on the whiteboard when we make our prediction, and then we will just point to the whiteboard when it happens. Because like it's this consistent at this point. Like it's so obvious what's going to happen, and nobody sees it except us, who nobody wants to hear from us because they just call us a bunch of fucking idiots, which is fine. Like, you can call me an idiot. That's fair. I am a little bit of an idiot sometimes, but yeah, I mean, like you have media members tweeting out like who the issues of tonight's game were, and you know, the specific golden child was not on that list. He was generalized for defense was disengaged rather than, you know, calling him out by name. And it's growing tired. Like we're at the point where we're so many games into this. We've seen this for so many games, and it's so exhausting at this point. And there are like notable potential improvements out on the trade market. You could do a number of things, and I just don't have any faith in them to even try to mix it up, because they've done nothing to show me that they're going to.
Alex, can you put a name on it?
Yeah, 5 reasons Ethan J. Skolnick.
The player they're talking about.
Oh, Tyler Herro.
Gonna keep me impatient with you. That playful person that the Buffalo City by storm in his first interview, and he sat down and was like, yeah, I love cookies, and he had the whole all that was all cool, but we give that grace to young players. Mm-hmm. Big dog, you supposed to be our number one.
Come on now.
And you're playing like a bum.
Yeah, bet you better catch that ball.
Bet you better start doing your job.
Yeah, it took the Miami City by storm, talking about he didn't like to swim either with Jimmy and Bam, and Jimmy said he had a little black in him or something. I don't know. Anyway, not my words, by the way. Some Jimmy's words.
Right there.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just to wrap up my point, like we have no power. Oh, what's up, Lex?
Out of nowhere.
You just appeared out of nowhere. Yeah.
And now I'm going back.
You have gone back. Good night.
Good night.
We
y'all
have
y'all see black fathers, right? Normalize black fathers. That's all I'm saying.
Bro.
Good night.
Good night.
They said good night.
Good night, young king.
Give that man some ice cream.
All right.
You want him to sleep?
Brother, 9:00 p.m. every day. We have bedtimes around this house. Visor Ben, appreciate you with the 199. Don't know again. He said the East was supposed to be wide open, allegedly. And I think that's another problem that people have, is people are making these assumptions that this team is a contender because the East is wide open. Contender does not mean that you contend in the Eastern Conference. It means that you contend for championships. Making it there does not make you a contender. People would rather make this team make it there by circumstance than by actual talent. And that's kind of like where I've been with Tyler Herro as a whole. Like, people twist themselves into knots to try and find reasons and rationale that absolve him from any blame. And it's just, go ahead. Yeah. I feel like we've been too long into this show without hearing from you. And I'm pretty sure that this is probably going to be the last time a lot of motherfuckers hear from you anyway. How are you doing this evening, New?
I'm excellent. How y'all doing?
We're doing well. I want to hear kind of like your context when it comes to this season. Just the way that you've processed going from what we were experiencing earlier in the year to where it seems like we're going to be headed for the rest of this season, barring a humongous trade.
So, fun fact: only reason I'm here is because I'm being domestic. I'm putting up the last of my laundry, and I was like, I'll tap in to put to the post game while I put the last of these clothes up and put some sneakers up. But honestly, couldn't care less, bruv. We knew it was coming. Anybody who like, come on, Miami Heat be good consistently for a season, guys. Guys, are you new here? And if you are new here, welcome. It's ghetto as hell. I heard
This is how you live.
for real, like what they gonna say? Yeah. I heard Jordan talking about Spo. For real, I'm done being mad at players. I know who these niggas are. Certain niggas stink. Some I was gonna say some of them are good. That's not true. One of them is good. Others do something on the court. But this is enemy number one for me is Eric Spoelstra. And I don't care that his house burned down. I don't care he went through it. I don't care about none of that. Because you will stop a Bam and Kel'el lineup. You've like glued Kel'el to the bench, and he was averaging like 15 and 15. Like so a player like that can go to the bench because you don't like certain aspects of what occurs. But Tyler, you literally had a nigga tell you the game plan. Go at Tyler Herro. And he just has carte blanche to just play whenever. Like it's not respectable. And that's always been something that I hated about Spo as a coach is he picks and chooses what he's willing to accept from certain players. And I get it. If it's a superstar, you accept things from superstars, right? Like I was gonna say Jimmy Butler, but that nigga was never no superstar. But LeBron James could get away with things on the team that Mario Chalmers wasn't gonna get away with.
Facts.
And that's how it should be. I understand that. But if the person's name ain't Idris Femi Adebayo, it should be the same standard across the board.
Wilson.
If Kel'el can't play because of this going wrong, why is Tyler playing? Because you can't say it's because your offense was better before he got back. Your offense has become worse since your so-called best scorer. She looks hard in the face. Good Lord. My bad. I'm watching some commercial on Amazon. This lady looked about 973.
Pfeiffer?
Yes. Huh? Who said something?
Nothing. Next was good.
Richard probably my
You
favorite white
talking about Michelle Pfeiffer, right? Catwoman from
Yes.
Batman?
nigga.
Nah.
Yeah, I guess.
Like milk, it happens.
Back to basketball. Yeah, so I don't. It's very, very disingenuous, and I don't respect it. It's just my last point before I wrap up. Sheltman said you could call him a loser. He was speaking totally for himself. You may not call me a loser because I got brothers and them triggers don't jam. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. Let me clarify. Like, you can call me a loser. I'm just gonna ignore you. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just like that one Boondock sketch.
Yeah,
Why
like,
would he be upset? He's white.
Yeah, I don't respect you enough to care about your opinion. That's where I'm at.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't respect your opinion either. And if you call me a loser, I'm talking about your mama. That's just the way it's gonna go, bitch. Like, don't call me no fucking loser, whole ass nigga. Like, I'm right, and you niggas hate it, and that's your problem. Deal with that. That's not my problem that I be right all the time. It's a curse. You know what I'm saying? I was just born like this.
Y'all saying at the end of the day they got to go home to their little lives.
Come on now. Come on now.
And wake up the next day.
Nah, for sure. But like, I mean, I know people hate probably the packaging and the presentation that comes from this space over here, particularly in the basement. But like, it is what it is. It's not like we watch this team just like y'all do. We just see it, and we see it for what it is. And I'm not trying to, blow smoke up nobody's ass. Not.
Bro, like, on the real though, people don't like being wrong. It's like inherently in their human nature. Like, And if you're consistently, if you are on that side and you've been consistently wrong about this team for the last 6 years, you've been consistently wrong about Tyler Herro for the last 5 years. Yeah, that shit sucks, but that's not me. I've been telling you to your face what you should be, how you should be reacting to this. Everyone up here pretty much has to some degree. And you're going to sit here and get mad at me because you're too fucking stupid? Like, that's your problem. Look in the mirror.
I think that's kind of where I think that crossroad thing that's kind of like seems to be a general theme in the areas where a lot of this fan base is, where they're at a crossroads where it's like, I don't know whether or not I'm willing to pivot off of it. He said, real talk, do we expect a big trade coming this season, or will the front office just bullshit the fans and sell seats? Go ahead, King.
I can answer this question. Who was that? Haroon something?
Haroon Gill.
Haroon Gill.
Doo-doo.
All right, Haroon, I have a wonderful answer for you. If you really want the answer to this question, go to rjmblog.com and look for the trade season article. I wrote it just for you. All right? Go ahead. Go get rjmblog.com. You'll be all right. You'll see it right there. Enjoy the read. Have a good time. It'll answer each and every one of the questions that you have.
I ain't gonna lie, we might start charging you for the e-plug.
I'm just saying. I mean, do we have a website?
One, I agree. Two, niggas don't read like that. Just tell them what you said.
Oh, you want me to read the article on air? I don't
know.
think anyone.
No, we just want you to summarize. Give us the spark notes.
Man, I have a poll.
He trades Bam.
Yeah. No. We're not doing that tonight, because then the boy gonna have to rebuttal. And my rebuttal game crazy.
Hey, drop a like on this video if I've written a poem about you.
Stone Cook.
What Stone Cook?
I'll do it again.
Stone, do you know what he's talking about?
Meth? Meth?
Brother, it's Stone we talking about here. It could be anything.
Oh my god!
You don't give Stone general ingredient, like general directions, like cook, and then leave that open ended for him.
Yeah,
that's how things explode.
I'll talk about how LeBron James is the greatest athlete of all time.
Well, that's not.
I answered the question. Go read.
No, that's we can't have that discussion. I do want to have the discussion. Here's what I want to ask y'all. If you had to point to one problem, like what the fulcrum, like the biggest issue, I ain't gonna say one problem, just the biggest issue with the Miami Heat right now. It can't be the front office. Let's keep it focused on this season in terms of like the way that they're playing on the court. It can be coaching, it can be an individual player. I don't care what you go, but let's not say roster construction. I just want to keep it focused on what is actually available to us and what we're deploying on a night in, night out basis. Stone, we'll start with you. What's the issue? What's the one issue?
You took away the issue.
I know. This is what I do. I have to box y'all in to force y'all to answer questions in a way different than I know y'all finna answer them.
It's just like they refuse to make kind of the facial or like, I don't know, appearance sacrifices that would allow them to actually make these pieces fit together. To me, like, that's maybe moving Tyler Herro to the bench. That's maybe moving, I don't know, Davion Mitchell to the bench and trying to point Tyler Herro, which I'm not a huge fan of.
I'm holding you to picking one thing.
All right. I'm going to go with Kel'el Ware again. I'll double down on that. I'll triple down on that. To me, I don't understand how you can take a player that can easily walk into 10 rebounds. Easily. I mean, just his presence being there, he's going to walk into. Listen. I saw Milwaukee receives Bam Adebayo, and I could not have clicked out of that article any faster. Anyways, but I will read it later. I want to read the delusion, but yeah, I'll say Kel'el Ware. It's just this team is not a good rebounding team without him out there. It's fact. Jaime and them, I mean, like they had Jonathan Isaac, that Silva player, and who else comes up? Oh, Goga Bataze. Like that lined up against Jaime and who else they have out there at center. Like it just didn't work. They couldn't get the job done. And so to me, it's like, even if you like are insistent about making some sort of point to Kel'el Ware, don't make it at the cost of his minutes. Make it at the cost of like, okay, he's not going to start. He's only going to be with the bench unit. Like he's that impactful. Even on his very worst nights, he's making a contribution, which is rebounding and rebounding presence. And to me, when you decide, okay, he's only going to play 12 minutes against a team that likes to play big, like I just don't know what we're doing anymore.
Yeah, I like the Kel'el Ware being one of the issues, and he's not even miscast. He's being misused. Like he's not being used to the fullest of his potential, and that's becoming
12 minutes is just ridiculous. Like you know what I mean? There's a difference between making a point and not making sense. Like I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of watching it. You would think they would figure this out. Like I see it. Like you think they would see, okay, we rebound the ball really well when he's out there, and we don't when he's not. But I don't know. They're stubborn. That's been the story of the Miami Heat my entire life. Is they're stubborn.
Okay, Trap. He's not Satan. Okay, he's a basketball player, bro. Like, I'm not gonna leave you with the scraps like I normally do. I'm gonna let you go second so that you can pick the individual.
Benjamin Milikowski still exists, right?
I've never heard of that before. What type of medicine that is that for?
No. That was
nausea,
no, I'm glad,
indigestion, upset stomach.
I think that's a white woman ballet dancer.
Abort.
Oh, okay. Let's get about it. Go ahead. Thank you for saving us.
I'm just saying.
The problem is
that was his name when he was in Poland.
I know, Ricky. I'm with you. We eye to eye. No Tevin Campbell. The problem, in my opinion, with the stipulations that you've placed on the question, is too many players who are only good at one thing. There's zero variety, or to like a couple years ago, no joke, it was like an all black post game. TJ and Threat was here, and they said every nigga on the roster was just like another version of the last nigga. Like Haywood was just a less athletic version and darker version of Caleb Martin, who was just another different, like who was just rookie season, like, and that's still what it is. Like Norman and Tyler are black and whites of each other, while one may be a tad better. I think Norman is a better scorer all around. Tyler's a better 3-point shooter, but they the Spider-Man meme, like just in different outfits. So like
Drew Smith is sorry Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, and Davion Mitchell is sorry Donovan Mitchell. Like, so when you have a
the number part's crazy.
So when you just have a roster like this, like I think it's a nigga named Myron on the bench. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. That nigga name is Myron now.
You're correct.
She was wrong though.
When you have a like honestly, look at this roster, and I'm not blaming the front office for the roster. I'm blaming the players, because at a certain point, like, and I'm not trying to make this a Tyler thing, because like I said, I'm open past the point of blaming a nigga for being sorry, but just like I can't even say as a man, as an adult human being, like with children or people who like you want to respect you as a person. How do you not have more pride than what you exude on the defensive end? Like, how do you not know that in the meetings, coaches and players are saying, yeah, that little scrawny white boy, 14, the nigga that looked like 11 off of Stranger Things, we're going at him. How do you know this? And nothing in you as a person says, not tonight. Y'all not, like, and you're gonna get beat sometimes. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna shut down everything. But nigga, they talking about you gotta be platooned. Offense, They don't. You don't do that in basketball. Like unless it's the final possession, but like what?
I saw that comment. I wasn't gonna put it up. Just take it. Just take it. He says girl got an OnlyFans. What pride? Like,
when you put it that way, somebody else could go.
Yeah. So like,
because as a rich man, like if you rich, like the bills is paid, right?
come on now. You doing this for the love of the game?
You doing this for the love of hope? No, ain't no problem. You right, Haroon. Y'all got it.
That's why I don't go there. I don't talk about people's personal lives because I go on these long ass tangents and I don't want to disrespect that man's family. I only want to talk about him as a basketball player. I do agree with your point about the pride thing. Desmond Bane literally pointed at Tyler Herro tonight after he scored on him. And it's not like teams are devising some complex.
Bro,
goddamn,
Desmond Bane, the only nigga in basketball who arms shorter than Tyler.
Just don't talk, Alex. Just let me get the credit, man.
No.
Oh, that was Shelton. Oh,
I need just that one. You can have all of them else.
Come on, Shelton. Let's go whoop that nigga ass. You can say nigga one time. Go ahead, Shelton. Okay, I give you permission.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay. But I do agree though. Like there has to be some level.
Shelton, your word for the night is nigga.
Say it. I'm using the sentence.
I'm gonna say it with you. Stay on.
That's the sentence for the
night. But no, like the defensive thing is it's something, and it's not like the teams have to devise some kind of complex ass scheme either to like exploit Miami's defense when Tyler Herro's on the court. It's literally like, who is he guarding? Bring them up, set the screen. We're going to switch, and now I'm just going to attack you. Like that is the game plan, and it's happening routinely, and it's actively putting Miami in compromising positions late in games, early in games. Teams are establishing rhythm doing it. Like it's just a lot that has to be accounted for when he's on the court. Nope, Jordan, you don't get to go yet. Shelton,
hell yeah.
You get to go next, Shelton. What's the one thing, using all the different rules and regulations that I've placed on this that I have now forgotten? What's the one thing that is wrong with Miami?
Well, I mean, going off your rules and regulations, since I cannot pick the front office, I will pick their spouse. I'll pick their spouse, Tyler Herro. They married themselves to Tyler Herro. That's been the crux of every issue that they've had since the Jimmy Butler era began and ended. He was supposed to be the trade chip that would acquire the next star. When they pitched Jimmy Butler on Miami, they were like, yeah, it's you and Bam, and then we're going to go get the third guy. But then they never wanted to go commit and get the third guy. So
really quick, Shelton, just like a piggybacking thought off of what you're talking about right now. Yeah. I think having Norm Powell here has validated another point that we made for years, that you can literally have replaced Tyler Herro with a number of different guys that were much cheaper than he was, and it'd still be the same fucking thing.
And to continue the point that I was making, like you have a guy that gives up 40 points on the defensive end every single night. Like New was saying, like he does not play defense at all. So like if he's not out there putting up 40 offensively, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he shoots, 7 of 15 and gives you 24. That's not good enough for me, because I just watched Desmond Bane drop 39 on your head and point at you. Like you're irrelevant when the number of points that you're giving up is so far. It's the margin of victory. It's the difference in play is the margin of victory. You lost by like 15, you scored 22, and you gave up 37. Like you are the reason that every single team, they're game planning for you. Darius Garland said in the playoffs to a camera with microphones in his face, we're going to pick on Tyler Herro. And then you had to come back with some snarky ass reply, like acting all tough, acting like that wasn't good enough. Like they know you, bro. Like they know who you are. They know you can't defend. It is what it is. But the overarching point I'm trying to make here is every single thing that they could have done over the last 5 years, he is the root. He is the tree, and the roots run deep. They could have traded him for the third star. They could have forced him to play off the bench and said, I don't give a fuck if you want to start. You are 113 and 110 in your career as a starter. I don't care. You are coming off the bench. You're going to win 9 6 Man of the Year awards, and you're going to be happy about it. I don't give a fuck. They could have, right. And they force him back into the lineup when shit's going right with Kel'el Ware. They continually do this thing where they need to get a defensive stop at the end of the game, and Tyler Herro's in the game. Why? Why can you just not like have some fucking self like esteem and put him on the bench and put in anyone else? Drew Smith, not a great player. He will do something more defensively than Tyler Herro. I bet you that. So, if I can't blame the front office, I'm going to blame their guy. That's their guy. Pat Riley has married himself to Tyler Herro. He wants to be right on Tyler Herro. And to answer Haroon's question from earlier, do we expect a trade? No, I don't. I don't expect a trade because Pat Riley wants to be correct about Tyler Herro. He will go to the grave and die before Tyler Herro is off of this team because he would rather be right in his mind than do what's right for the franchise. He does not care. Barry said it last year. They won their championships. They're happy to put a competitive team on the floor. They don't care. And you shouldn't care either. You shouldn't care. And this is why I get so fucking pissed at the Heat media because they skirt around and dance around this shit and they don't care to bring up these tough questions when they need to be brought up.
I care too, Stone, and I don't care, but I'm with Sheltman in the sense that like we shouldn't. They've shown us who they are. And they've shown us their priorities.
I was going to say this earlier. Like when you were talking about contenders in the Eastern Conference Finals, they want you to think contending in the East is like contending, and it's not. And I think that just speaks to the whole, like everything from there trickles down because that's all they're trying to do is make it and then try and like cause some chaos.
They refuse to tank, and the best team in the league is like 22-1 and has 7 first-round picks this upcoming year. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, they know what they're doing. They had a direction. They figured out what they wanted to do. They planned long-term. They won a championship. They're going to compete for the 73-9 record. And you just didn't. You wanted to make the play-in and then get bounced in the first round? Congratulations.
Yeah, so a little bit to kind of what you were saying there, Stone. Like, I think Miami, they're happy to be considered contenders no matter what the circumstances are. So, like, it's not like we want to be the best team in the league like they promote or put in the media like we want to be. No. We'll take an Eastern Conference Finals run as a playing team. We'll take an Eastern Conference Finals run as with a depleted Eastern Conference and sell to our fans, hey, look what we're able to do and reinvest into this same mediocre talent.
You can't convince me it's not ownership driven. Like no one can convince me of that. And like I understand the argument.
I'm not so sure.
I get that, but I think they agree. Like I think they're symbiotic. I think they agree for different reasons. I think that one is just okay with being relevant, and I think the other one's worried about selling playoff tickets. So just getting to the play, like those are extra games. Like I don't know. It's hard for anyone to convince me ownership isn't a big part of this kind of thought process because I don't see them do anything that suggests that they're hungry for a championship right now because they've made no changes in the last decade.
I think I agree with you that there's some culpability on the ownership part, like that ownership group's part. But I can't be convinced that Pat Riley don't believe that this shit gonna work. I think he honestly believes that this roster that he's fielding could get some shit done because that's in his DNA. That's who he is. Underdog type shit. Let's get this mix match pot of shit and see if we can do something special. Let's do something memorable. And I think that's
Jordan hasn't gone. And I'm gonna be quick, Jordan. I don't respect you, but I just try to be fair. I think it's literally just arrogance.
Yeah.
I think that they have heard the noise for all of these years about how they haven't done enough and what they've constructed hasn't been good enough. And I think they are determined to say, look, we did it our way. Heat culture. Y'all said that what we did wasn't good enough and it would never work. And look, it worked and poo-hoo and we're right. I genuinely think that's all it is at this point.
We're better than
didn't Gil say didn't Gil say in one of his podcasts or whatever, like dropping the 10 rings on the table doesn't fucking work anymore or something? Like, I feel like they still do that. Like Pat Riley just goes into his nightstand, pulls out every championship ring, throws it on the table, and he acts like that's going to like jaw drop whatever free agent they're going for. Like, they don't care, bro.
Man, they too busy. They
Shelton.
too busy patting themselves on the back for stealing Norm. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think history can be very cyclical. We see that with fashion trends. We
As
see
you
that
do this,
with
like parlay into the answering the question too. Like just
no. I'm feeding into it.
Okay,
Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
yeah, no. I'm off.
I was about to say just weave it all in there, King.
Oh, yeah, no. I got you.
Biracials get treated like the
Yeah,
totem of the society.
Yeah,
All right, it's cool. It is what it is.
Sir,
I get
we
it.
are the shame.
Back of the bus, white boy.
Yeah. So here's what's interesting, right? I think history has proven itself to be rather cyclical. We see this in fashion trends. We see this in television. We see this in remakes that come out seemingly every 5 years now. And quite frankly, I think we also see that in the NBA. In the spring of 2008, it became increasingly clear that in addition to the fact that the Miami Heat were a historically bad team, that Pat Riley's style of coaching was reaching a generational impasse, meaning he was no longer reaching his players. And his style of coaching was done. 2006 was a last gasp of that particular era of coaching. And as evidenced by everywhere Tom Thibodeau goes, it can only take you so far. There is now a ceiling on that kind of old school style of coaching. And so as a result, the reason I say it's cyclical is because while it's not exactly the same situation, Pat Riley is now the GM, president, whatever you want to call him now, and it's become clear that his managerial style has gone the way of the dodo bird and the dinosaur in place of what Sam Presti has built out in Oklahoma City. You see Sam Presti, he's got like around 7 some odd picks. They were bad for like a couple of years, but even so, while they were bad, they were still entertaining. Them OKC fans had something to watch. They could very easily have gone to like a 150,000 seat stadium and watched the football game. But instead, they pack what used to be the Chesapeake Energy or whatever arena to watch, right? And so as a result, you have a team that could very well, like you yourself mentioned, Shelton, challenge the 73-9 record while also potentially having the number 1 pick in the draft next year because of how bad the Clippers are doing, right? Here's why I'm saying all this. The style of this old school style of mentality, we only want a certain type of player here, can only get you so far. The Jimmy Butler era demonstrated that. And we are also seeing that manifested in the form of my biggest grievance with this organization, aside from the fact that they don't have a point guard to get Tyler the ball in his spot so that way he can, score the points that this team desperately needs him to, which is why he's the savior of this franchise and quite frankly the state. But
you are elite.
It's the Kel'el Ware situation. Given what he's able to contribute, and yes, I have been very critical about his motor and everything like that, but I'll tell you right now, you put him, let's say you make him the backup center for the New York Knicks or the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he's most likely going to end up making about $60 million a year in about 3 to 4 years because of his value and because of the reps that have allowed him to be comfortable in his space, getting good at what he's supposed to be good at, and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying as far as his leash being extremely short. It's very, I think it was New that said that as far as Spo's concerned. Unfortunately, it's become very clear that when Kel'el Ware knocks something over in the house, he gets put in timeout for the rest of his day. He loses his PlayStation privileges. While the favorite son can come home, get a girl he has no business getting pregnant, and he's celebrated because he's the golden boy, even though whenever you put that next to his chain, you're not getting the gold that you think you are, right? Spell my name right, idiot. My God, my name is on the screen.
Also, my brother, why would a lawyer need to lawyer up?
Well, you know what they say about a lawyer who represents himself. He has an idiot for a client.
No, well, I won't need because guess what? A good lawyer knows the law. A great lawyer knows the judge, and I'm pretty. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me. But yeah, so
talk to him, okay?
so here's the thing.
Stone, you want to
So I
tap
think
in on this?
my biggest gripe with this is quite frankly the Kel'el Ware situation, because the thing is, we know that in order for this team to compete, Bam has to move to the floor. We've been saying this for the last 4 years. Quite frankly, it's tiresome at this point. We have a potential roster balance situation that we can work with, but for some reason, it's not happening. And this stubborn refusal to get with the times is tiresome. And it's no wonder that the interest in this team has pretty much done one of these. There was a brief spike earlier in the year, but then they remembered, no, we have to get back to the way we like to do things, even though that's never been what's won this team championships, ever. I could go into a history lesson, but I've already been going on long. Roy, come back to me, and I'll happily explain that.
Playing clean basketball like that against a team like that.
Pick on Tyler Herro.
That is a damning clip. Jordan, we left you little to no meat on the bone.
And we're just gonna keep it that way. Sorry to interrupt that. Whatever's going on here. We're at a 56 minutes in the show. Just wanna, get out this quick announcement real quick. Cut the music.
This nigga is not announcing shit.
Play back.
So just to read the tweet out, some sad news. Playback will be shutting down at the end of this week. We fought our hardest to keep this dream alive, but ultimately haven't been able to overcome some critical obstacles in our path. To the whole Playback community, thank you for joining us on this ride, and show more. Thank you. Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, Playback is done. The live game watch shit, that shit's finished. If niggas want to try and do something, y'all make sure y'all tap in with us on Twitter at Basement Sports In. That's where an announcement will come from, or it could come from here. But some niggas might try and do something. I don't know if I'm gonna be a part of some niggas, but I still do postgame show. I'll commit to this. But that in-game experience is a lot. Jordan, I want to listen to Jordan talk. I don't really want to listen to him talk, but I want to be fair and give him the opportunity to do so. Jordan,
I'm gonna figure this out. All right. Anyway, so. If I'm at to blame it, I would say it's Spo. I don't really think anybody's really kind of super hammered on Spo. It seems like we end up back at the front office somehow. But I do think it's Spo because he just doesn't have the patience to understand that he needs to adjust. And unfortunately the adjustments are gonna be uncomfortable. We can start with the Kel'el and Bam thing. Yeah, it's gonna be shitty at times, but like everybody else said, Kel'el's an easy walking double. Why are you doing this? And your best player has been telling you for the last 2 seasons, I don't want to do this. I don't want to play out there by myself. I don't give a fuck what you think about it. Play him. Bam has benefited. I don't care what the advanced stats say either. The team was playing well with Ware out there. And you bench them because you don't like the defense, and it's Spo. I don't remember if I said it here already, or I know I said Playback, but it's Spo would rather score 10 points in a game than have an actual shot at winning because he feels like the defense. He actually it just came out in his post game presser that he said they asked him about Tyler and Norm's defense, and he said, what did he say? He said he's comfortable with the progress of their defense on the court together, and he said it has to work. We need it. We need all our scores out of it. That makes 0 sense.
That's disgusting, bro.
Kel'el got sent to the dungeon.
My bad, Jordan. Can you repeat that? I'm not being funny. He said what? Oh, all right, cool, no problem.
He thought you were being funny.
Good talk. Jordan, I think he said that I find the quote for me, please, Justin.
I got it. Ask Spoelstra about Herro and Powell playing only 51 minutes together, and if he's comfortable with the progress behind the scenes. Says he is. Says it has to work. Quote: We need it. We need our scorers. And it's just the dynamic between Herro and Powell versus Bam and Ware, like that.
Aiden W. Yes, I understand that you're saying that everybody pointing the finger at Tyler and Spo. I literally gave them parameters not to point fingers at the front office before I asked the question, because that is a very common theme amongst us. We hate the way that the roster is built in general, like, and we blame Pat in the front office for that. But like, I wanted to kind of keep it on the court. But I think I'm just gonna echo Shelton. I blame Tyler Herro. Like, I'm pretty sure that comes as a shock to absolutely nobody. I blame Tyler Herro solely because, well, I blame him solely because of something that just was kind of alluded to, even with Spo's comments. Tyler Herro represents a departure from Miami Heat identity, the identity that became synonymous with most of us being fans. Hard-nosed, tough defensive players, scrappy guys or something like that. And he's an offensive one-way leaning player. And they have leaned into that as an organization. And adding Norm to that mix is another indication that they are leaning into that. Spo's comments is him leaning into that. You'd rather lean into players, offensively limited players, by the way. They both have their limits in terms of being offensive players, but you'd rather lean into that dynamic than into a dynamic where your defense first identity, which has gotten you everything that this organization has ever earned. Like, and I think that all started with kind of their hyper investment into Tyler Herro. He is the nexus point. He is the origin. He is the fulcrum to the demise of of the actual Heat culture shit that people should be invested in. And I don't think there's any way around it. Do I think that that's why when people ask me, would I trade him straight up for XYZ player, brother? It's very easy for me. Yes, I would. I would do disgusting things to get that man off of my roster. Disgusting things. And it's not because I think he's a bad basketball player. It's because I think that the Heat have lost themselves in the investment in Tyler Herro. They have lost who they are. Pat Riley's lost. Eric Spoelstra is lost. He talked about defense with everybody else. But when it comes to Norm and Tyler, oh, no, we need to lean into that because we need our offense. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. I don't want to hear it. That's not the team that I root for. That's not the team that I started being a fan of, bro. I don't give a fuck about offense like that. I care. I care. You know what I'm saying? But come on, bro. Come on, bro. You can't. Yes, I'm giving up Herro for Ja, Mario. I've seen you ask it a couple of times, but yes, I will give up Herro for Ja. And I'm not saying that Ja's this all great defender, but Miami hasn't twisted itself and bent itself in the knots to accommodate Ja Morant. Tyler Herro doesn't have half the talent of Ja Morant. And for people who said Ja's been terrible this year, then tell me you don't believe in Eric Spoelstra without telling me you don't believe in Eric Spoelstra. Davion Mitchell was literally the worst offensive player in basketball at one point in his career. Like, let's keep it a buck, bro. Like, the reality is that the Miami Heat team that you're watching on a night in, night out basis is not the same team that you became a fan of. I don't know on a night in, night out basis, but I do. And that shit pisses me
like
off.
A white nationalist rally all of a sudden. What was that sound?
Yeah, I heard counting and not counting gang violence.
Cannons to the left of them, cannons to the right of them. But yeah, bro, like it's over with for me in terms of like trying to invest my time and energy, even getting mad at a team that's starting Tyler Herro and capitulating to whatever it is that he wants to do out there on the court. Like, I don't give a fuck what they do now.
Bro, forget the capitulate. And I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm not.
You good.
I don't care enough about this team. No, I don't care that much now. But like, bro, we sat in how many playbacks and said, yo, when they come back, when he's healthy, the roster's gonna be X, Y, and Z. And they're gonna put Jovic and Kel'el on the bench. Neither of them are really gonna play no more, and it's gonna be like that. And we was in playback after playback where we've had literal spirited conversations where people was like, yo, it's no way they could do that, right? Like, we all been watching basketball long enough to use common sense. It's no way that they could run a lineup of Davion, Tyler, Norman, Wiggins, and Bam. Like, no. Not Spo, who's forgotten more basketball than we've ever known. Not that. The best coach in basketball. There's no way he would do that, right? Like, and what is he doing? It's no way they would pay Nosevich all that money and then not have him in the lineup for Drew Smith, right? Like, it's no way they would do that.
For Simone Fontecchio.
It's no
who
way
went 0 for 5 in 8 minutes.
That Jaime, who was averaging like 20, before he got back would be in a rut and back to looking like the player who was trashed the last season and a half. There's no way that was going to happen. And everything that we said was going to happen in playback and on these post games where we said, hey, man,
enjoy it now.
Jaime looks great right now, but when he comes back, it's gonna be an adjustment, and we got to see how many times is the Jaime arc real? Like, how many times we say like it looks real, but things change. It's gonna be a different dynamic, and we can't be sure. And they said, y'all are just hating. Jaime put in work this season. It's not gonna be on Tyler.
He was hurt last year.
Can somebody, Sheltman, probably you? Can you give me, please? Can I please get Jaime's numbers since Tyler's been back?
Yeah.
It's time for
Kendall's Negroes Stat of the Night.
Presented by Simple Health Advisors.
Are they still a
sponsor? I don't have them yet. I was put on the spot. I need like 3 minutes. What the fuck?
Take your time.
Well, in the meantime, Sheltman, while you're looking for those stats, I think, quite frankly, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna come out here and say it. All right, you guys ready for this?
We listen.
I believe that it's time for General Spoelstra to launch Operation Desert Norm. It's time. It's time. I've been lying to myself for too long. I think at this point I need to live in my truth, and I need to come to terms with the fact that, quite frankly, are those your bar prep notes?
Yeah, I got it right on the back of them. Operation.
Yeah, Operation Desert Norm. No,
Operation Desert Norm. Wow.
Yes, Operation Desert Norm. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I think it's time for Norm.
I
Powell
hate being a
to
Heat fan
officially-
so much.
Bro, Mitchell
Yeah.
Robinson be
It's-
so disgusted
it's-
when niggas foul him. He gotta go to the free throw.
Oh yeah, no, it's terrible. I'm not even looking when he shoots.
This nigga just shrugged his shoulders and deep sighed. He got a tissue in his side.
Oh, and he made the first one. All right, cool. But no, I
Never
think
seen
it's
a
time
nigga
for
like get mad like that before.
it's time for him to be like the legit two guard of this team. And at this point, Tyler need to come off the bench. It's getting absurd now.
Respectfully,
They're
Ricky,
not going to
you're
move
wrong.
him, huh?
Respectfully, you're wrong.
I'm wrong about what?
About Tyler needing to
Tyler needing to come off the bench and Norman needing to start.
How am I
Tyler
wrong?
needs to come off the bench in Milwaukee, off of this team.
Oh,
Bro,
that's fair.
not
He
even
would be a
that.
starter
Not even
in
that, bro. No. Start him. Start him. You gave up a championship window because
For
of
him.
your insistence on keeping him and having him as a starter and having him be the number 3, and he can't be traded for anybody that's not a Hall of Fame player. You think I sat through that to watch Norman nigga Powell?
After all that,
After all that, like,
I have
Is
the
that-
stats, by the way.
okay, go ahead.
Jaime, from the start of the season until the day before Tyler Herro returned, was averaging 16.7 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists in 17 games on 53% shooting. Since that day, he is averaging 12.9 points, 4.3 rebounds, 3.9 assists in 7 games on 46% shooting. Everything's down.
Ooh, brother. Ooh.
He went from a probably top 5 6 man of the year vote getter if those first stats held the whole season to
A
who
top
cares?
5
He's just
Roman
he's just
Ice
another
show
guy.
up. Get her.
he's just a jag. I think that's a good place to kind of like wrap at least the live part of this conversation up, because as the people on this panel know, fuck the rest of y'all, Royal must perform his post-game ritual right now. I've talked about the Heat for long enough, and it's getting on my nerves. So, thank you guys in the comments. I don't even want to talk about the next game, bro. I don't know what it is. I
Oh,
don't care.
Ro, one last thing.
Yeah.
This is super important.
Have
Free
at it.
Palestine.
Play the video, Justin.
And then 1, and then 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4.
best drip here.
Body gon' be a star, but he's not that guy. No, he ain't. Thought the bubble boy set the bar, but that was a lie.
I don't get it.
This is my song, bro. This is my shit.
And I know why.
Where did it go wrong, bro?
Cause he's a high.
Draft and Tyler Hero.
Cause he's a high.
Cause he's a high.
Cause he's a high. Role player.
Pulling a 3. Cause he's not shy.
Shit.
Operation Desert
Bombs
and
Shout out
so now
Eduardo.
outside 3-on-1 fast.
For the first
Cause he always gonna need a screen. And I know why.
Why, man?
Cause he's a high. Cause he's a high. Cause he's a high.
You know, Ant says the original version.
None of these are playoff clips, by the way.
So I'll take
None of these are playoff clips.
under assumption that he'll suck, not the random abrupt eruption. He often disrupts the offense and stops it from being functional.
Damn, that shit's still true, bro.
He should be untouchable. I'll tell you why.
Ant won a Grammy for this.
Cause he's a high. Cause he's a high.
I got you.
Level player. He fooled me too, man. 37 in the ECF.